Good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
We say this every time. I'd like to give, first of all, hi guys. Hi. Welcome to World According to WAW, W-A-W,
There's
where
Pamela. Important topics of the day are largely ignored.
and foolishness reigns supreme. And we don't just keep the foolishness here, we take it into our normal lives too.
Yeah, you're calling me a fool
Pretty much
every day of my life.
But I'm calling myself a fool too. So I'm calling us both fools.
I haven't noticed that part of it.
Welcome,
Hey,
everybody.
Steven.
Welcome, Bob. Welcome, Danny. Welcome, Pamela.
Yeah.
Oh, I love seeing you guys on here. And you know what? I just want to give props to Mr. Mike.
Actually, the three M's, the magnificent Mike McManus.
And Joan
Yes.
McManus.
Who
because
performed on the track.
He actually wrote that theme song for us.
He did.
And Joan was the woot, woot, woot.
How are you guys liking the theme song, by the way?
So thank you, Mike McManus, because we love
We're
it.
in the pocket. Katie's here with us.
Katie,
Thank you for
Katie
joining us,
Dearle.
Katie.
Hi, guys.
So we're here to ask the eternal question.
What's happening?
And,
A lot's happening.
Man,
yeah.
guys,
This is Mr. Busy Pants over here. I mean, I literally don't even know what is going on or where I live anymore. I mean, seriously.
I could, I could tell you what happened over the last week, but it would probably make you so tired just listening to it, you'd probably click off.
Play it again. Okay, so I'm gonna
Oh.
play it again. So all right, so let's play our theme song that it's gonna do with the countdown. So you guys just suffer through the countdown, but we'll play it one more time. Hold on one sec. Sorry about the countdown because it's attached to the video. Listen to it. You just endure 30 seconds
to get to
all
it.
right, here. I love it.
That was Mike McManus on everything except for background vocals, which was done by his wife, Joan.
But you know what's so funny is after I heard that song, I was singing it in my head for a couple hours afterwards.
It's a catchy little tune.
Yeah, I even heard you sing it.
I did.
You did. You were singing it. He was singing it.
So, let us know what you think of that. We're very appreciative of Mike taking the trouble to write that for us.
I love it. I love
really
that
cool.
he did that for us. It's the world according to WAW.
That's right.
Just in our lives, though. Not anybody else's lives.
Nobody really cares about that.
No, they don't. I know, but it's okay. So we were talking about your insane schedule
guys.
because, let me tell you, Jim Wooten is in nine. Wait. Yeah, that's right. 9 bands. 9.
So, and I'm shooting for number 10, so maybe
For
I can.
what?
Maybe
Like,
I
what
could,
could you? My Helen Reddy band.
No, maybe I can talk Kyle into starting one with me.
So we had a little chat with Kyle before, and Kyle actually said, "You know what, Jim? I think I'm the only musician that has never played with you."
He might be.
Yeah, he might be.
Pretty close to it.
We
I
need to
think.
change that.
Hi, Becky. Hi, Tony. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Tony,
Hi,
Steven,
Sean.
Becky, you guys,
Hi,
thank you
Maureen.
so much for joining us.
I'm really excited about tonight's guest.
Yeah, we have a good guest. My dogs are going crazy out there. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe someone's breaking into our
breaking
home.
into the home, and who cares?
But we're in the back room, so it doesn't matter. We're
They
insured.
have to go upstairs to get to us. So, Kyle, I don't know if Kyle realizes this, but we actually were at the very first show that he did a tribute to Foreigner at. It was at Palladino's, which was in Tarzana.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
And I'm telling you, from the time this guy opened his mouth, I was floored.
Yeah.
I was like, who is this guy?
100%.
What an incredible
100%.
voice.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And Kelly Hansen from Foreigner, great singer as well, but if he ever falls out of that position, Kyle's going to be able to step right in and keep the ball rolling with those guys, because he is phenomenal. He sounds exactly like Lou Gramm, and we're just so honored to have him tonight. It's going to be a blast.
So I have a story. I'll wait till Kyle, comes on camera, but it's a funny story about standing on my mom's coffee table in the.
Wait, don't say that.
Okay,
You're going to blow it. Your mom's going to hear it, and she's going to send you to your room.
All right, she will. I don't feel like my mom will know, but she may creep on me.
I'll call her and tell her.
I know you will.
Okay, so shows this week, guys.
Yep.
We've only got 2. Last week we had 5. 5 from Wednesday through.
It was a 5-day run.
It was absolute insanity.
It was play a show, go back to the hotel or room wherever we were, because I had no idea where we were half the time.
Yeah.
Get some sleep and get up the next day. Although
Manny just joined us.
Hello,
Thanks
Manny.
for joining us, Manny.
I won at whatever casino we were at.
Oh,
we're
guys. Unbelievable. Okay, so
I play pennies.
Let me run you through this real quick. Wednesday night of last week, we were at Chino Hills.
Yep.
Incredible night. Thanks to everybody that came out. That was a blast. We actually went home. Very next night, these are all Led Zeppelin shows, by the way. Thursday night, we played at the Santa Anita State Fair. That was a blast. She wasn't there.
I didn't go.
She went to see Stephen and Carla during the James Taylor
at the
Carol
Tipsy Go.
King.
I was a little tipsy.
Yes, she was.
Someone drove me home.
Somebody had to drive her home. So.
But that's very responsible that someone drove me home, right?
Yeah, it's very typical for you.
Yeah.
So,
my friend says whenever I'm in the room, there's a party.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Except when I'm in the room, then it's like, she likes to rake me over the coals a lot. So.
Okay. Welcome to married life.
Okay, so we did the Santa Anita Park. The very next morning, left at, what was it, 8? 8 in the morning?
I don't even know.
Drove out to Casino, Arizona.
Yep,
right?
Arizona. 6 hours.
6 hours. Got there just in time, literally like 2 minutes before load-in time.
Yep.
Went in. I'm, busting my tail, loading in and setting up. She goes into the casino and wins $2,300.
Yep, I sure did.
She didn't share a penny of it with me.
No, I didn't share stuff.
Not very cool.
I shared stuff.
Hi, Kim. Kim just joined us.
Yes.
Hi, Leslie.
Johnny Liam.
Hi, Ingrid. Lust. Yeah, Johnny Lust.
Yes. So I did share stuff with you.
I don't think you did. I'm just kidding. No, she did. She bought me dinner.
I have a wallet full of cash.
She got me a Happy Meal and a caramel sundae. So I guess I'm.
So I have a system. I only play 3 machines, and it's a system, and it's working.
Yeah. She did a great job. So we did that, and then we drove back 8 hours.
Oh, it was a long drive.
Lancaster.
To Egypt.
Yeah,
I think we drove to Egypt.
It felt like it. And I was behind the wheel for 6.5 of those hours. So by the time I got to Lancaster, I was toast, guys. I was just completely gone.
That Christine. She said that's why you bought me a drink.
That's it.
Christine was at the Lancaster. I know, Christine, I would have bought you a drink whether I won or not. So I'm just saying. Stephen Randall, I'll be in Agora.
Okay, so now this is the thing. We get to the venue and we found out that somebody had just been murdered.
Oh, the night before. It was crazy.
And
so
that was a little
here's the thing.
Disconcerting.
So when I always pack a set of heels just in case. Flip-flops.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Letty.
spandex pants,
Hi,
whatever. I
Donna.
pack a whole bunch of stuff. When we got to the venue, I was like, oh, I'll change into my heels. And then when we found out someone was murdered, I stayed in my flip-flops the entire night just because.
Didn't feel like it was worth the effort.
I don't know.
Bob says, just love the hair, guys.
So
Thanks,
Bob, so wait, no, Bob, I'm gonna have to nail you down on this one because Bob, you always just ride the fence. Bob, even on my messenger, he said, and you don't even know this.
Yeah.
He's like, by the way, I love your hair. And I'm like, oh, thank you so much, Bob. And then like 5 minutes later, he said, and I love Jim's hair too. And I'm like, oh, no,
okay,
Bob.
who's having the best hair today, guys? Come on.
I'm gonna need you to just choose a side. No, ride the fence. Just be daring. I have your back, Bob.
Oh, come on, Bob.
Bob, I have your back.
I need some brotherly
Choose
love
a
here.
side. Don't just ride the fence.
Okay. Okay, so now for the shows this week, guys. Tomorrow night, if you are in the Inland Empire, San Gabriel Valley, Orange County area, I think it's close.
Yeah.
We are playing at the City of Chino on the
on the greens.
well, it's out on the lawn.
Yeah, but it's a fun night.
It's the City Hall lawn. Playing there with TLR.
Yeah, bring your lawn chair.
Experience the Eagles.
Oh, Eagles. While you watch sunset, it's amazing.
And we start at 7 p.m. Tomorrow night. It's going to be a blast. Can't wait.
Yeah.
It's been
Manny
a while
says,
since I played with the guys.
The one with 2100 has the best hair. I would say that's me. I have 2100 in my wallet right now. Do you have 2100 in your wallet? Nope. I don't think you do.
I think I do because
No.
I took the money from you that night. I didn't trust you to carry it around. So
Thank you, Manny. I feel like I won. Anyway, move on. Go ahead.
So yeah, tomorrow TLR guys. All the Eagles hits, all the stuff you'd expect us to hear, and there's a couple in there that you probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
So come on out. We've changed the set list up a little bit. It's going
Guys,
to be a
come
lot of
out.
fun.
Sit with me.
Yeah.
Bring
Hi,
your lawn
Yvonne.
chair. Bring a bottle of wine. We'll have a good time. I promise.
No, wait. Manny says, sorry, Jim. No, Manny, I actually had the money in my pocket.
It's okay. Just say it's okay.
So,
it's okay. It's okay, Manny.
Hi, Shannon.
It's okay, Manny.
Oh, wait. Thanks. We got to show this because I don't get this very often.
Shannon, I'm going to need you to support me, sister.
Shannon, you're awesome. See that?
No, I don't. I feel like I don't feel like that's sincere, though. Shannon, we are going to talk tomorrow morning.
Hi, Annette. Hi, Robin.
Look at he just
Thank you for
he
joining
scrolls
us.
up to find the one that talks about his
Okay,
hair.
wait, Robin, who are you voting for the hair day today?
Let's move on.
Move on.
Let's
Come
talk
on.
about
Wait a
our
minute.
guests.
Are you not
Where are we at
confident in your
time-wise?
hair today? Okay, so Saturday, guys. Then okay,
Did you just
so
ask me if I'm not confident in my hair today?
okay, I'm leaving Shannon's comment up for a while. I don't hear
I'm
this
sure
very
you will.
often. So
I'm going to take over this mouse right
wait,
now.
wait. Pauline loves the earrings.
Oh, thank you. Do you guys see what my earrings say? I love you. And I wore these for all you guys because I love all you guys. And this is for you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you for noticing that.
Very
Pauline.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, so Saturday though, guys.
We're taking down Shannon's comments. Sorry, Shannon. Saturday
night, August 7th, Led Zeppelin is playing at the Yucaipa Performing Arts Center.
So it's like
first time for us at this venue. It's going to be a lot of fun.
So I looked this venue up. It's like a mini Starlight Bowl.
Yes. Wait, is it really?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's an outdoor venue. So you guys come join me. We're going to have a good time.
It's $20.
Yeah.
$20 a ticket,
Yeah.
so it's very reasonable.
Yeah.
And we have a special guest playing with us that day. Derek Smith, our drummer, is going to be in Hawaii on a family vacation.
Whatever, Derek.
So we have a very special guest, Mr. Mark Romans, the drummer for Wanted. Bon Jovi tribute is going to be filling in for him. He's done that a couple of times in the past and has done a great job. So make sure you come out and join us. Get the let out with us on Saturday, August 7th. I believe it's 7 p.m. Hope to see you there. And no, we didn't mention our sponsor.
All right, let's do our sponsor, and then we're going to bring on our very special guest.
Yes.
Kyle.
Mr. Kyle Frost.
Yes, Kyle.
So,
okay. So our
yes,
sponsor is
who I'm going to visit actually on Friday.
Why?
She thought I was going.
Problems?
I need a oil change after that last trip.
All right. So Calvin's Auto Repair.
10% off if you mention WAW.
Yep.
That's a standing offer with him. And
he's at 501 East Glen Oaks Boulevard in Glendale, California. If you walk into Calvin's Auto Repair, let him know you watched WAW.
And that's where you heard
501 East Glen Oaks. He will give you 10% off of whatever service you have.
That's right.
How cool is that?
So
too bad he doesn't sell cars. You get 10% off the whole vehicle.
Okay. All right. Whatever.
Just saying.
So, okay, guys. So we're.
Wait, can I talk about my tumblers for a second?
Ahead.
You guys.
Tumble along.
The Blondie collection, personalized tumblers. I don't even know why I'm doing this because I'm over the top with orders and I'm so grateful for you guys. But I have tumblers that I make. These are all mine. Made them. If you order, it's about 2 to 3 weeks out. But order from me and I will make you a beautiful tumbler. I literally have 16 tumblers in the queue.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful for all your orders. And I love every single one of them.
Yes. And by the way, guys, look what my lovely wife had purchased for me.
I did.
Juan del Castillo. Do you remember you were talking about this?
Yes.
You see the markers?
Yeah.
Tells you, how much water you should.
So it says like 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock.
Tells you,
so by all those times, you should complete all that water.
To make sure that you're properly hydrated. Okay. So we want to bring on our guest right now. We were so excited to have Kyle. This guy is absolutely
amazing.
Phenomenal. Unbelievable voice.
So good.
I could talk about it all day long, but why don't we just show you the video so you can hear for yourself.
We're going to show you. All right, you guys, hold on to your seats because this guy's coming on.
Let's get this thing heated up right off the bat. What do you say?
And here he is.
Wow.
Kyle, that's phenomenal.
Oh, look at him. I love your baby. You're talking my language right now.
Oh, well, here. I wanted to show you, Brenda. He's wearing this for you, dear.
Oh.
I don't know if you can see what it says.
What does it say?
It says
Box Zero.
250. This
Favorite
is my boy Brady.
in the world. And we
I got Gumbo running around here with his 4NR t-shirt on, but he's still a puppy and he doesn't behave quite as well as this little guy. So
look at your baby. I love him.
Yeah.
I mean, I could spend the whole show.
I'm good with that. I can talk about my dog all day long.
Oh man, well, yeah. In our home, she spends all her time with our dogs, and I can attest to that.
What do you have? I have to
We
know.
have a pug Chihuahua
Oh,
and a Pomeranian Chihuahua.
oh, cute. Yeah, we got
And they're all
two.
rescues.
We got
only
two
rescue.
schnauzers.
I
Two
rescue.
schnauzers.
Oh, I love schnauzers.
Too many schnauzers. Yep. Brady, who's 6 years old, and Gumbo, who just turned 1. He's still all puppy.
One, he's a baby.
Yeah, he's a baby, and he's got all the energy and all the angst of a puppy too.
So let me take a moment to just let everybody know, when you get a dog, you need to adopt.
Yeah.
Adopt. Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Rescue, adopt.
Rescue. Yes, if you can, rescue. Yes.
Yep.
Well, man, thank you so much for being with us, Kyle. We're
No,
really
thank you guys for having me. I'm very excited and honored to be here. Thank you.
We're
Thank
so
you,
excited
brother.
to have you.
So first off, where were you born, Kyle, and where are you living now? I know you were going between Vegas and Southern California for a while.
Yeah, still am. I'm actually in SoCal now. I stay with my fiancée Chanel when I'm in town, and I do have a place in Vegas that's really home. But I'm kind of a nomad. I've been all over. But right now, yeah, Vegas and Burbank are my homes.
Okay.
I lost you guys. Oh, there you are.
Oh, yes.
So when we do that, we're just spotlighting you.
Oh. I'm just glad I don't have to hit that note at the end of Jukebox Hero tonight.
Oh,
There you go.
but you're gonna have to.
Friday night, yeah. Friday night.
And so, where were you born now?
I was born. Okay, yeah, I was born in Willimantic, Connecticut, and I grew up in Torrington, Connecticut. Spent first 18 years of my life there, and then took off for college to North Carolina for a few years and played some sports down there, and then realized that not a whole lot of just under 6'2" white guys in the NBA that can't jump real high.
You're speaking my language, brother.
But I played two sports. Down there. I played golf and basketball, and then but then I went to Berklee College of Music in Boston, where I met the incomparable and incredible Mike McManus.
Mike McManus.
We were at
a theme song.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And yeah, so then moved from there to Boston, and then stayed in Boston for a while after I graduated, and played around the Boston area and all the New England area, and then moved to Southern California in 90. Oh my God, it's been that long. 91.
91.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
I think I might have been 2. No, I'm just teasing.
okay, so
I know I'm old. I'm very old.
So
Just teasing.
I mean, both Kyle and I are huge basketball fans. So before we go on, I just want to geek out on the NBA with you for a while. How do you feel about the moves that the Celtics have made so far in free agency?
I'm intrigued. I think we're going to be better next year than we were this year. I think we underachieved this year. I expected a little more. I love Kemba Walker. He just signed with the Knicks today. I love Kemba because I'm a UConn guy. My dad went to UConn, and I went to the camps, and then I worked there a little bit after when I was in college at the UConn basketball camp a million years ago. But no, I'm excited. I'm excited about the moves they made. I still think they need one more piece if they're going to contend with the Bucks. The Bucks in the East are incredible. Obviously, they won it this year. So, but we're a sports family, and Brady has every Boston sport jersey there could be. Obviously, his name's Brady. He's named after a certain quarterback.
Yeah.
How did I feel about that?
About his departure and plan for Tampa Bay.
How did I? There's a lot of emotions. I have no ill will for Tom Brady. I wish him well. Obviously, he owes the fans of New England and the Patriots absolutely nothing. I mean, he never got paid what he was worth there. He was always a team guy. Always took a hit on the salary so that they could bring in free agents. And I wish him well. The only problem with that is my girl is a super crazy season ticket holder for the New Orleans Saints. So the Bucks being in the Saints division, I can't. The only time I could root for them was in the Super Bowl. So you know, and you know, even though Gronk is there and everything, I wish him well. But I'm, you know, go Pats. You know, it's that's still my team. You know, actually, I'm Pats, and there's a reason I'm a Cowboys fan too. But that's goes way back to when I was like 8 years old. And I actually was on the Dallas Cowboy team bus and met Roger Staubach and Bob Lilly and Walt Garrison. And so it's kind of hard not to be a Cowboys fan after you're an 8-year-old and that happens to you.
Yeah. Those guys are legends, man.
So Annie asked about Kyle doing Robin Zander.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's very funny. We let's see, Eric Scotus, Lance Turner, who's the lead guitar player in Summer '69, and also more famously from the Atomic Punks. Yeah, pretty good Van Halen tribute.
Oh yeah.
And Andy Gustafson, who's also in Foreign R and Summer '69. We had a very short-lived Cheap Trick tribute that we did a few shows, and it just kind of there was just so much going on with everybody. As you know, sometimes things, even with the best intentions, they fizzle. But I love Robin Zander. I love Cheap Trick, and it was a lot of fun. I was disappointed when it ended, but again, there's a lot of Cheap Trick, really good Cheap Trick tributes out there. I know Raleigh does a great one, and so I try to when I think about doing tributes and stuff, I try to see, well, first what is, you know, fits for me, and it's got to be something that I like, and I like pretty much everything, so that kind of doesn't really narrow it down. But I also try to do stuff that there's not a lot already out there. You know what I mean? Just because I want to fill a niche, you know.
Sure, absolutely.
But yeah, we did a very short-lived Cheap Trick tribute that was really good and a lot of fun, and I miss it. But I'm lucky I still get to play with Lance. We were doing the Summer '69, so that's really good.
Well, what was the name of the Cheap Trick tribute?
Surrender.
Okay. Man.
I with tribute names, I feel like you should be obvious. You know, if somebody's walking through a casino and they see a poster, I don't want them to have to think too hard to know what it's about. You know what I mean?
You're right.
You know? So when we did the Bryan Adams thing, we came up with the Bryan Adams thing. I was the one who came up with Summer '69 because I just was like, it just seems easy. You know, everybody will know, you know, what that is.
Yes,
but,
absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so I have a question.
Sure.
So when did you discover that you could hit the high note of Jukebox Hero?
Yeah. Well, you know. Okay, Brady, you want to get down, buddy? You're making.
I'm gonna tell you a story after you tell me that. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you a story.
I'll bring Gumbo in later.
Jukebox Hero is my favorite song
of all time.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So I hear that you dance on tables when you hear it or something?
You dance on tables, yeah. So, all right, can I tell the story?
Please.
All right. So my parents, growing up, had a room that we weren't allowed in, but I went in when they weren't home. And we would play Jukebox Hero and stand on the table with brushes, singing.
Brushes as microphones. I love it. Singing into your brushes.
You sent us your video. I have to tell you, I was waiting for you to hit that high note, and you hit it. You hit it.
Yeah.
Well, I grew up singing a lot of. Maybe I'll put this here so I don't have to read. I did a lot of progressive rock stuff when I was younger, and you remember the band Triumph and Rick Emmett?
Oh yeah,
I love Triumph.
Yeah, I love Triumph. A tribute that I would do if I was a good enough guitar player. I could probably sing it, but playing the guitar and singing it, I don't have those chops, guitar chops. But I always seem to have a high register. And when I went to Berkeley, I was blessed with the voice coach that I had, Mili Bermejo, who was a world famous Latin jazz artist, and she really taught me how to sing correctly. I ended up singing opera and jazz, learning that with her, and that has kind of helped with my range. But I always seemed, she really taught me how. I always sang, but she taught me how to sing. And and even after I graduated, while I stayed in Boston, I still studied with her. So I worked with her for about 6.5, 7 years. Yeah.
Wait, Kyle. While I'm thinking about it, I've asked a few of the singers that we've had on the show. What is the highest note that you can hit in your full voice range? Do you have any idea?
Not a clue. I'm looking down at my keyboard right now, trying to figure it out.
It's a Jukebox Hero song. That's the highest.
No, actually, in the new tribute, in the Boston tribute, Brad Delp does some falsetto stuff that's like, and even stuff that's not falsetto, that's just stratospheric. Yeah. So More Than a Feeling has that riff at the end where he goes really high, and then he kind of takes it to the next note above it again. And I have to wear really tight pants and
I keep trying to get Jim to wear tight pants.
What inspired you to become a singer, Kyle? How old were you, and when did you start thinking along those lines?
The thing was, there was always music. There was always music in the household. I have an older sister. She's 4 years older than me, and she took piano lessons. And my mom loved to sing. And I remember, I would, before I went to school, before I was in kindergarten and all that, I'd stay home. And while my mom, was doing stuff around the house, she'd always have on, Elvis or Engelbert Humperdinck or the Righteous Brothers. Who else? Bobby Vinton, all these crooners. And so I just sang. I mean, I'm 4 or 5 years old and I'm singing, Red Roses for a Blue Lady and, singing Unchained Melody by the Righteous Brothers and stuff. So I just always loved to sing. I just always had my mouth open and was singing. We sang in the car a lot. And then, I started doing musical theater at a young age too. And, and I just always liked to sing and just felt like it was something I had to do.
Well,
I don't know if that's a really good answer, but it just is the truth. I have to sing. I get depressed if I don't sing.
Yeah.
Me too.
So I know you play some instruments. What instruments do you play, and when did you start playing them?
I started playing piano at 8. I wanted to start earlier. I would go to these little recitals that my sister would have with her, her piano teacher would have these recitals once a year with her students, and I would sit and listen and to my sister and see all these little kids and all this great applause, and I'm like, I want that. It's a little attention whore. And so I walked up to Irene Pavlak, was the name of the piano teacher, and I said, I'd really like to learn how to play piano when I was 6, after one of my sister's recitals. And she's like, well, you're too young. Come see me in 2 years. And so I waited and waited, and then I went, and then I started playing piano when I was about 8 years old. I picked up guitar on and off. I've never really had guitar lessons, but I had a lot of piano lessons. And when I went away to college, when I first went away to school in North Carolina, I actually did go to class and had some schooling. I didn't just go to play sports, but I continued with piano there. And as a music major, you kind of had to dabble in some other instruments. I I dabbled in violin and saxophone. I loved saxophone,
I love
which kind of brought me to playing harmonica later on in life, which I really enjoy. But right now, the instruments I really play are keyboards, guitar, and harmonica. Is what I play. Yeah.
Have you ever played keyboards in a band?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I was in my original project back in the day when I had my original band. I would sit down, and there were some songs that I had that were piano driven, and I would sit down behind the piano and play. I play sometimes. I sit in with phenomenal, world famous and phenomenal guitar player Stoney Curtis. Great friend of mine from Vegas, and I'm honored that he's actually producing my current project. I have an original CD that I'm putting out. I have 3 songs done that we did back in January, and we're trying to, including a cover. I did a cover of the Nazareth song "Love Hurts," because why not hit another high note that only dogs can hear. I don't know if you're familiar with that song, but there's a high note in that one too. So I get to play with him sometimes, and I sit in and I play Hammond. I play organ with him, and a number of years back, I think it was 2007, 2008, I played with White Sister and Tattoo Rodeo for a little while, a couple of shows here and there, and with White Sister we went over to Great Britain and played, and I played keyboards and sang backup. I enjoy it. It's especially like in the Stoney Curtis band, I can kind of sit back, and the pressure's off. I don't have to be the front guy all the time. I enjoy being the keyboard player.
So I'm gonna ask this question. Tell us something interesting about you that nobody knows.
Interesting?
Yes.
Not that much interesting about me. I was a school teacher for 20 years, and a vice principal at a reform school. Yeah, I worked in special ed for almost 25 years.
Wow.
While doing music too. Wow. But yeah, I retired from that about 6 years ago, and then ended up being a vice principal.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And
let's see what else. I just had my 18th surgery. Yeah. 18.
Surgery?
Yeah, 18. Yeah. I just got a full knee replacement on my left knee. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. End of April. Yeah. Yeah. I've had like 3 back surgeries, and I was a crazy kid. I had no fear. Had a couple motorcycle wrecks. One that was pretty good. That really messed me up for a while. But yeah. So, and let's see, anything else interesting about me? I'm an avid golfer.
Oh, yes. Golfer. That's right.
Yeah. Tell everybody about your.
That's right.
I played golf in college, high school and college, and then a lot of amateur stuff up until somewhat recently. I still competed on the amateur level in the state and even in national events. I was able to play in 2 U.S. Open qualifiers. This is years ago when I was younger, before all the surgeries and stuff and the injuries. I still carry a 5 handicap right now, which for me is depressing.
That's really good. Yeah.
For a 10-year period, I was like between a +2 and a 2 for about 10 years and played pretty well and put a lot of time into it. But it's more of it's more of a hobby now than it was then. It was a life. It really was a big part of my life. As you know, with anything, if you want to be good at it, you gotta practice. And,
practice.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And with my body the way it is right now, I can't play or practice as much as I used to when I was competitive. But I still go out and play with my club and and play on the weekends when I can, when I'm not gigging or during the week, now that I'm kind of retired from education. So I guess that's about as interesting as I love dogs, and I do a little stand-up comedy now and again. So that's me in a nutshell.
The stand-up comedy thing, that was really interesting to find out.
Yeah, it was a bucket list thing that I always said, because I've done a lot of things in the entertainment field. I've been on television. I've been I've done, like I said before, I've done a lot of theater years ago, musical theater, and of course the bands. Always performed with bands since I was in the 7th grade. But I always thought the most difficult thing to do was stand-up comedy, because you're on your own, and they're either going to laugh or they're not, and if they don't, it's brutal, and you have no safety net. So I just wanted to do it, so I decided to take a class, and then started doing some open mic things, and we did a showcase, and it went really well, and I enjoyed it, and then COVID hit. So I'm looking forward to getting back into doing that, but with the new Boston tribute, we've been busy, so hopefully continue to be real busy with music. And fortunately and unfortunately, it kind of precludes me from pursuing other things, but that's okay, because singing is how I make my living. So
yeah. Well, what was the first band that you were ever in? Do you recall what that was?
Sure.
What type of group was it?
Oh yeah. When I was in 7th grade, excuse me, gotta stay hydrated. When I was in 7th grade, a couple of my cousins and I put together a little band. We got a couple of buddies. My cousins were a little older than me. They were high school age. I was junior high, and we practiced in our basement. My poor dad, trying to watch, football on TV, and we're making the walls shatter from downstairs. But the name of the band was Odyssey. And, we played through high school, and that was really the first actual band that I was in. Yeah. Oh, wow. And it was kind of, we did covers, we did Beatles, I remember, we did Come Sail Away by Styx. I was a big Styx fan.
Oh, yeah.
One of my favorites.
Yeah. And I was lucky. My grandfather, when the grandkids were born, he bought stock for all the grandkids, and mine happened to do pretty well. So by the time I was in junior high, I was like, "Hey, Grandpa, I need some music equipment." So he took me to the music store, and sure enough, I got a Fender Rhodes piano, a Mini Moog, a little PA, and it was like, so I was styling back in the day. I had, I wanted to be Dennis DeYoung, and playing.
Oh yeah.
Stuff. But we played like the Cars and Styx and the Beatles and the Eagles and that kind of stuff.
Oh man, that's awesome. That's awesome. Man, I'm surprised there's a few Styx tributes out there. After hearing this interview, you may be they may be asking you to join.
Patrick McGrath and I have always we've kind of always had it in the back of our minds that hey, maybe someday we'll do a Styx tribute, and then just now we're doing Boston, so It is what it is. But yeah, well, Styx is one of those bands, like the Eagles, you got to have 3 voices. It makes such a difference to have somebody who can do each one of those guys.
Absolutely, you're right. You're right. You have to have that. Let's see. So what led you to want to pay tribute to Foreigner when you first started doing it? How did you get involved? Well, okay, before I ask you that.
Well, because he can hit the highs. That's why.
But Bob Bacon asked a question before we get into that. What is your favorite Foreigner tune to sing?
Bob, yeah, that's right.
Oh boy, that's a tough question. Favorite one to sing is like an impossible answer. I always say Dirty White Boy is my theme song. But my favorite Foreigner song to sing, probably Waiting for a Girl Like You, because I sing it to my girl.
That's a great one.
And when she's there, I sing it to her.
Yeah.
And, but there's not a bad, in my opinion, there's not a bad Foreigner song. So,
Not a bad Foreigner
I
You're right.
feels,
Right.
That Was Yesterday is another one that I think the vocal performance that Lou did on the record is just phenomenal. I love that song, and I enjoy singing that one. Another song I like, which is a kind of a I don't call it a B-side, but it wasn't as big a hit per se, is Rev on the Red Line. Because I'm a car guy. Not that I know how to fix them or anything, but I like fast cars and I like going fast, and I liked going fast on motorcycles. That's why I had so many surgeries. But there's not a song. There's not a song in the set where I go, and that's what, doing the 3 tributes that I do. I'm a huge fan of all 3 acts. And so I'm lucky to where there's not a spot in any of the sets where I go, yeah, this is a song that's kind of either, boring to me or whatever. But I'll answer the question and say Waiting for a Girl, because I get to sing it to my girl. I lost you. I can't hear you.
There we go.
Okay.
He muted.
She's
No,
trying to
he
mute
did.
me.
He
She's
muted.
trying to mute me.
And I will say,
I'm trying.
I know there was a little competition going on earlier. The hair, you guys, phenomenal.
But I always win, Kyle. I always win.
I don't know.
It's an unfair competition. But so you probably don't know this, but Brenda and I were at the very first Foreigner tribute show you did. We were sitting
Paladinos. Probably
we
Paladinos.
And man,
we lived 10 minutes away from Paladinos.
Yeah. And
we used to. We don't need more.
Yeah,
I miss Paladinos.
I love Paladinos.
I mean, say what you will, whatever, but I miss that joint. I really do.
I do too.
Zeppigan had their first.
The first show that I played with Zeppigan was at Paladinos in 2001.
They had no rehearsals. That was their first show.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, we had one rehearsal, just one. But
I know Swan's been doing that for a long time.
30 years.
Close to 30.
Close to 30.
29
30 years. Yeah, that's incredible. I mean, seriously, you guys have been together longer than the real band was.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, and man, we're probably gonna do it until they put us in the box.
Of course.
Or I put them in the box.
That's right. But, so how did that whole thing come about? Did they find you? Did you find the band members? How did that come about? You started paying tribute to
Andy Gustafson was playing with me in my cover band, in my original band. And at that point, I think we were down to just doing an acoustic thing. It was Mark Ricciardi, who's another phenomenal guitar player and singer and songwriter and bass player. And he's actually John Waite's lead guitar player. So the 3 of us had a little thing called the 2 Utes and the Other Guy. And Andy knew Rick Hunter from back in the Boston day, back when they lived in Boston. We all lived back there similar times, but I didn't know them when I was in Boston. And he had said that they were putting together a Foreigner tribute and looking for a singer. And, he said they were kind of having trouble finding a singer. And I'm like, hello. I love Foreigner. I'm a huge Foreigner fan. And, so I went and auditioned and got the gig, and, Bob's your uncle, and here we are.
Yeah. Wow, okay. And so,
and of course the band, as you know, in bands, things happen, people go off to do other things and whatever, and things evolve and change. And the band at that point was called Double Vision. But then, but now, a few years back when we kind of changed some personnel and got to the lineup that we have now, we changed the name to 4NR, which was Patrick came up with that, and it's great. And it's funny because when I met Mick Jones and we were talking about the band, he said that originally when he was putting the band together and had the idea for the name Foreigner, that he toyed with using numbers and letters like we are, in the for the name of the band. Wow.
Yeah. 4NR. That was brilliant.
Yeah. Well, Patrick's brilliant. I mean, Patrick is he's an alien. I mean, his voice is incredible. His guitar skills are incredible. His bass skills are incredible. And now, with this Boston tribute, we're really diving into the minutia. And as Tom Schultz went to MIT, as did my sister. And he's brilliant. Was a brilliant engineer. He made all the Rockman stuff. And I think between John and Patrick, and now I think I'm going to invest as well. I think we're probably buying out as many of the Rockman sustainers, preamps as we can find around the country. But Patrick's also building a hardware version using a wah-wah pedal and an old digital delay that he kind of took the guts out, and I don't know how to do it, so I'm probably explaining it very poorly, but he's just brilliant enough to be able to put that space pedal together that Tom Schultz built back in the day that gives all those crazy, rocket ship sounds and big whooshes and stuff. And we want to be as close to the real deal as possible, because I think that's what sets you apart, that hopefully will set us apart.
Absolutely.
So he's like a mad genius, that guy.
So does your voice naturally sound like Lou Gramm, or do you have to manipulate it a little bit?
I manipulate it some. I think that Brad Delp's voice is more similar to my own singing voice. But Lou Gramm as well. There's a funny story. The first time I got to meet Lou was in Vegas. I was working on I was working in a tribute show, and my girl got tickets. Chanel got tickets, third row center for Lou Gramm, and it was the same night one of the nights I was performing. But I asked the producer, I said, look, I got tickets tonight for Lou Gramm, my mother and my girl and I, third row. Can I go on there was three, I think actually Kenny Metcalf was there that night as well, in the show. Another freak of nature and unbelievable, But I said, the thing was they would have three performers. We'd each do like a half-hour set, and then we'd do an encore at the end. So I usually went on second, and I asked if I could go on first and not do the encore, so that I could just run over to where the show was after my show and see Lou and his band. And so I went there. Yeah. Yeah. You have that was when we were playing the same venue. That's a couple years later. We were playing the same venue that Lou was playing. So I went to the show that night, and our name, our band name and picture was up on the marquee while they were playing. And so we talked, but we had met prior this first story. And so I went to the show in my full, cut off tee and the headband. And I got there 3 songs in. My mom and Chanel are already seated, and the usher's walking me in. There it is. So that's your mom. That's my mom. Yeah.
Oh,
So long story short, we're walking in and Lou locks eyes on this idiot walking, and he's got to figure this is some crazy stalker walking in. And they had a meet and greet afterward, and I let everybody go in front of me. I wanted to be last in line, and it's a funny story. It's embarrassing, but it's funny. But so he's sitting at this table, and I got down on both my knees, and he shakes my hand, and I wouldn't let his hand go. And I grasped his hand with both my hands, and I just started running off at the mouth. And Chanel's like, I was so starstruck and just crazed, and so he wasn't taking pictures that night. Lou's had some health issues, obviously. And so, but I explained to him, I'm not some crazy stalker. I have a tribute band. And I was in a tribute show, and I just wanted to meet you. And he signed his book and everything. And his manager said, wait, just hold on a minute, because then a couple other people had gotten in line. So they met with him, and then they took us back where this photo was taken, back into the venue. And he was kind enough to take some photos with us. And his manager's like, Lou, give me your phone. Your wife's going to want to see this. And so, he was talking, and Chanel got into for a picture. And then I was like, Mom, come on, get a picture. And she wouldn't, little Italian Catholic, very shy, At the time, I think she was maybe, I think it was like 4 years ago. So I think she's like 76 years old, 75, 76. And Lou goes, come on, Mom, come on over. So here's my mom, who was like, I'm not going to get in the picture. I'm not going to say anything about it. She walks over to Lou Gramm, and this is my hand to God. This is exactly how it went down. She walks over to Lou Gramm, puts her hand on his shoulder, and says, it's amazing how much you sing like my son. I was, oh my God, I was so mortified. And Lou was great. He's like, oh, he talks like me too. Because I had that kind of, he's from Rochester, New York. I have that New England kind of accent. And we were both chewing gum and, being whatever. And so it kind of was a really cute moment. And later in the other picture that you're showing, when we played a few years later, and that was the second time that we spoke, there you go. He remembered my mom and said, oh yeah, she's kind of a smart ass. And I was like, yeah. And I guess she's great. Is she here? She wasn't there that night, but yeah. So, and then since he and I have spoken via Skype and so forth, and he's a wonderful human being. And what had happened was just before I was doing that show in Vegas, I think that was in March. In January of that year, I was in the hospital. I'd had a heart issue, and actually they had to bring me back 3 times. So yeah. So I have a pacemaker now, but because he had gone through what he had gone through with his brain tumor and everything, we kind of had a little bit of a connection there, Sure. And then I had just sold my house here in California, and I bought my dream car, which it's not that big a deal. It's a 2000. I still have it, and I'll never get rid of it. But it's a 2007 Corvette. Oh, and, wow. So at the year, Corvette. So at the time, it was the car was 10 years old, but it was brand new to me, And Lou's a big car guy. Obviously, he wrote Rev on the Red Line, and so I didn't want the night to end. I was like a giddy kid. I swear to God, I was walking 6 inches off the ground. And so I didn't also want to be that crazy fan that I already had been earlier in the evening, but I wanted to continue talking to him. So I said, I just got my dream car. And all of a sudden it was like you and I talking, Jim. It was like, oh, what did you get? And we talked for about a half an hour after that. He made me show him pictures of the vehicle and asked me all these questions, and we just, we kind of hit a common ground that was away from the music and the fandom, and it was really it's a wonderful moment, and I'll never forget how kind he was to me, and that he remembered me, and he loves the band, he loved the photograph. It was odd seeing Lou Gramm and then seeing on the side of the entry to the theater, you know, and then when we were in the show, they had screens and they were promoting our show before his show. You know, it's kind of weird that we were playing there 3 weeks after him. And it was a weird thing. We played the Cannery in Vegas 3 weeks after Lou Gramm played there, and the same night that Foreigner was playing at State Line. So it was kind of, you know, it's kind of like, ooh, but we did well. We did okay. We drew well enough. I always worry about that, you know.
Sure.
You guys, you know, but yeah, that was fun. That was a cool. That was really a cool thing, and he was so kind and didn't make me feel silly. But I could hear Chanel telling me, let go of his hand, let go of his hand, let go of his hand.
Let go of his hand. That's great. That is great.
Yeah.
So what brought about the beginning of the Bryan Adams tribute, which I haven't seen yet, but I would love.
I love Bryan Adams.
Me too.
Yeah. Bryan Adams.
That's why, because I love Bryan Adams. That's really it, and I just wanted to do it.
Good.
I thought I could do it.
Good for you.
And you know, at that time, I think there is another one out there now, but at that time I didn't know of any, and so I just wanted to put it together, and you know, again, personnel changed over the course of it, and right now, Julie Dolan was in the band for a while. She's phenomenal. She's awesome. Great singer, great player. But right now it's basically the rhythm section from 4&R, Andy Gustafson and Gino DeLeva on drums, and Andy Q on keys, and Lance Turner. So, you know, it's a pretty formidable group. You know, I'm lucky. I'm so blessed. I mean, I always say the way to be successful is to surround yourself with amazing, successful people, and that's
Should we show off a little Bryan Adams?
It's your show, darling. I'm just here. So if you want to, sure.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So good.
That's my favorite Bryan Adams.
I want to run you.
Well, it's funny because, you know, when people ask me, you know, what's your favorite tribute song to play in all the tribute bands, and that's it.
That's the song.
Yeah, Run to You. Yeah, that's my favorite song to play in all the tribute bands. If I had, you know, that's and I don't have a reason. I loved that record when it came out. I love Bryan Adams. You know, Boston, Foreigner, Bryan Adams, all the soundtrack of growing up. You know, that's you know, amongst other things, you know, a ton of other things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just Bryan Adams is a you know, that's a, you know, it's not as popular as the you know, classic rock Boston tribute or Foreigner, but I just really enjoy it, and it's a lot of fun, and the songs are phenomenal.
Oh,
I mean, you know, again, so many hits, and he's still relevant. I'm going to see him in Vegas in November. You know, probably. I think this is my 11th time seeing him.
We want to see him.
Yeah. What?
I'd love that. Okay, so I have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
You were in the car alone, and Bryan Adams and Foreigner, what CD would you put in?
Foreigner would be probably Foreigner 4.
So no Foreigner, no Bryan Adams.
Bryan Adams would have to be Reckless. Although, you know, yeah, I'll just stick with that. Yeah, I mean, and both those albums, every song on the album was a hit. You know, you listen to Four, every song's a hit, and you listen to Reckless, every song's a hit. So, but yeah.
You know, before we go on to talking about the Boston tribute, Kyle, I've asked some of the other singers that we've had on the show, and people have come to me and said, "I'm so glad you've asked this question." So I want to touch on it briefly. But what do you do to keep your voice in shape?
Sing every day.
Sing every day.
Yeah. A lot of water.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And that's just good health anyways to hydrate. But like I was saying earlier, I had somebody's asking, have you ever really loved a woman? And that's a great song from a wonderful little movie, but we don't do that one. And maybe we should put that in our set, and I'll talk to the guys about that. But that's a great song as well. As far as, you know, keeping the voice, I had a phenomenal vocal coach, like I said, back at Berkeley, who taught me how to sing correctly. And, you know, back in the cover days when we used to do 4 or 5 sets a night, you know, 4 nights in a row.
Sure.
You better be able to, you know, bring it. And so, I before a gig, especially as I'm getting older now and have been through, you know, put my body through a little bit more than I should have. I need more rest before a show. And that's why I love the casino shows. I saw you guys were at Casino Arizona, and we're there in October, late October, and then I think we're playing the Labor Day weekend out in Vegas at Green Belly Ranch, 4&R, and I love those shows where you can get out of your room, walk down to sound check, go back to your room, take a nap, get in the shower, walk down to the show, and you know, those are my kind of shows. You know, it's like you're not crazy driving all day for 4 hours, you know, and winning. You know, you get to, you know, winning a lot of money at the casino is always an extra perk.
How about this, Kyle? Now you said you've been singing for years. Now, when you did start working with a vocal coach, what were some of the things that you discovered that you were not doing properly?
Breathing.
And was that?
I was not breathing right.
From the diaphragm?
No. Right, exactly. Wow. You know, I you know, like I said, I sang a lot when I was younger, but I didn't sing correctly. And so I didn't have the stamina. And it also helped me with proper breathing and using the diaphragm and pushing from the stomach and the techniques that I learned expanded the range on both ends. I was able to hit some notes on the lower side as well. Excuse me. And then the higher end as well. But try to sing every day when, you know, as long as I can. And like I said, I get depressed if I don't sing. So spend a lot of time in that cool Corvette singing.
Yes. Yeah. Well, you know, it's funny because I've been telling all of my friends that are singers that prior to this year, I was basically dehydrated all the time. Totally. And I didn't realize how it was affecting my voice.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I started drinking 16 glasses of water a day. And I'm telling you, Kyle, I wake up in the morning and my voice is,
Right. And I bet you feel better too, just in general. I bet you feel better in general. Yeah.
I really do.
Water's the key.
So do you drink a certain amount of water every day or try to?
I have something to drink constantly. I drink these little, I drink regular, just plain old water. And sometimes I drink these little things that have a little bit of, they're like Not when I'm singing, but they're like a flavored salsa water. So I drink them sometimes too, just to have, so I'm not like guzzling sodas or anything like that. But yeah.
All day long.
All day long. That's what is the name of that?
Ice.
Is that what it is? Ice. There it is.
Oh, that's what I drink. I'm addicted.
Yep, they're awesome. They're awesome.
No calories.
No calories, no sugar,
Do you have any kind of a specific warm-up routine that you do prior to a show?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I do some stuff, again, going back to my days at Berkeley. I have some warm-up exercises that I do. And then I try to sing before the show. I try to sing, with the CD a little bit, just to kind of get warmed up. And then before we go on, not always, depending on the venue. If we have the opportunity, we like to warm up as a group a little bit. But yeah, rest and warm up is the huge thing. We had a rehearsal yesterday with the Boston Tribute, and I was kind of a little under the weather and a little tired. And I was like, yeah, this band is not one that I can be a little under the weather or tired for, because you gotta have the physical. People don't realize how physical it is.
It's very
singing.
physical. Yeah.
Singing.
Oh, absolutely.
In fact,
not
to take anything away from anybody else playing or whatever, because every part of a rock show is physical. But the way I look at it is like, if I want to play a piano, I can look down and if I put my fingers in the right place and press, I can make a C chord, a D chord, whatever. Guitar, if I know,
Yes.
You are the instrument when you're singing. You have to create not only the note, and hopefully it's right, but you have to create the tone and learn how to create different tones. A guitar player can have a clean sound, and then he can hit a button and it's distortion. Well, if I want to sing Bryan Adams, I got to hit the distortion button. I got to hit the distortion button in my voice because he's raspy. And even, and Lou goes from clean, a clear tone to raspy. I think I'm able to do that because when I started singing as a kid, there's three reasons why I play music. Three people in the world why I play music: my sister, Lauren, Billy Joel, and Paul McCartney. And huge Beatles fan, huge Billy Joel fan. Now, if you ever listen to Billy Joel, he runs the gamut of style. He has songs in every kind of genre, and he sings them that way. So Paul McCartney, also a crooner to be doing Zeppelin. I mean, if you listen to the end of Hey Jude, and all the screaming, and then I loved the Eagles. Well, they had three singers, always. And so every song had a different sound to it. Yeah. So that was just how I learned. It was like, like, again, akin to a guitar player. On this song, he's playing acoustic, or this song, it's whatever sound. That's what I tried to do. I tried to emulate whatever I was hearing, and so I guess that made me kind of a chameleon.
No,
sure. Yeah, absolutely.
To be truthful, I'm not a real fan, as my mother gets pissed off when I say this, but I'm not a fan of my own voice. I know I'm a pretty good singer, but I'm not a fan of my own voice. I listen to my original music and I have to get past that, and I don't want to try in my original stuff to sound like somebody else per se. I do what I do, but I think that's why in the tribute thing, I can get close. I don't think I sound exactly like anybody, but I can get close because I focus on the nuance. And that's how I always sang. I always was like, okay, I hear this song. This is how the singer is supposed to sound.
Sure.
If it's, doing an Eagles song, if it's a Don Henley song, I want to sound and sing like Don Henley. If it was a Glenn Frey song or, whatever.
That reminds me.
I can tell you nail it.
Yeah. From time to time, Kyle, we need a sub for our Don Henley guy. Would you be interested in
absolutely. I don't play drums.
No, you actually wouldn't need to.
Okay. If I can just singing or playing, rhythm guitar, acoustic guitar, or whatever, I'm absolutely.
Oh,
I love the Eagles, and I would be honored. And maybe this is a way that you and I can actually play together, because I do think I'm the only musician in Southern California that you have not played with.
No, I was gonna say, because JW is in 9 bands.
Yeah.
9.
Yeah, 9.
I've lost track.
By the way, one of the bands that I just started playing with, the singer from that group, the guy that does David Gates, has a question for you here.
Okay.
Do you keep any kind of drink on stage during a show? Is it hot tea or something else?
Yes, I do. I keep room temperature water, no bubbles, no fizzy. Once in a while I'll have a Gatorade if I'm not feeling well. I do have some physical ailments that I deal with, and I do need sometimes the electrolyte. So we did the swap meet last week, Santa Fe swap meet, and that's kind of a grueling night for me. So I do sometimes have Gatorade, but mostly it's just not cold. Definitely not cold. Cold kills me. Just room temperature. Yeah. Now, if we're playing an outdoor gig that's a cold gig, and I reminisce to one of my favorite gigs of all time when we did New Year's Eve on Fremont Street, when they had this was, I think, 2015 going to 2016.
Oh man.
Yes, we know those.
We played. We were the last band on New Year's Eve. We played from 9:30 to 11:30, 2 hour straight concert. It was like 12,000 people there. It was on television. It was a wonderful gig. It was 39 degrees when we hit the stage. And I'm there in a cutoff t-shirt, and I had long johns under my jeans, but then I was drinking hot tea, a light tea, nothing, I like green tea.
Green tea is great.
But yeah, and I was watching, I think it was, I don't know, it was last week, again, 10 concussions, a lot of weed, bad memory. Was Greg Finley on last?
Yes.
And he was talking about drinking slowly, taking sips, and
that's right.
It's brilliant, because I never really even thought of that, because it's usually, sometimes it's like, oh shoot, it's like, oh, guitar solo, I need some water, and then guess what? You got an air bubble, and you got to be or suppress it, or sing over it, or sing through it.
Yes.
One of the things my vocal coach taught me was how to sing through those kind of things and to push through. So at the swap meet, I didn't gulp. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Gregory.
That's great. I have a funny story about the Fremont gigs. One night we were playing there, Kyle, and it was 27 degrees.
It was cold. It was cold.
Zepp again.
People don't realize how cold Vegas gets.
It was cold.
Zepp again was playing from 10:30 to midnight. And right after us was Aeromyth. That's back when they had Chris Van Dahl.
Oh yeah, Chris. Yeah.
So, but get this, we go off stage, just freezing. I mean, it was probably the most difficult. You were
moving. I wasn't moving. I was freezing.
Yeah, but get this though, Aeromyth goes on after us, and it starts snowing on them. I could not believe it. It was snowing on them.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I don't know how they got to that.
You gotta love it. I mean, because really, I saw a meme the other day of something about people being in bands, and what my mom thinks I'm doing in a band, what my girlfriend thinks I'm doing in a band, what my friends think I'm doing in the band, and then what's really happening. And it's like, it is not glamorous. It is not glamorous at all.
That's right. No, I saw that meme, and I actually saved it to my phone and sent it to all the guys in Led Zeppelin. They got a good laugh out of that.
Yeah. But no, I mean, cold and dry is the worst for the voice. You give me a nice, hot, humid day, I'm very happy. The more sweat, the more it feels good. And if it's cold and windy and dry, it's a struggle. It's a struggle.
Yes.
Or hot and windy and dry, which can be Vegas as well.
Yes.
I don't mean to poop on Vegas. I love Vegas, my adopted hometown.
Dolan, our girl Dolan.
She played. That's right, Julie.
Yeah. That's right. It was so. It was like tribute Palooza. I think it was called.
Yeah.
That was great.
Ray says, great discussion regarding your vocal discipline, Kyle. Very valuable for those whose voice is their instrument. Kyle, we're going to have Ray come on in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Awesome.
He I don't know if you've heard him do bread, but oh man.
I can imagine. Anybody that's got you has to be top notch. So
thank you so much.
I say that. I say that. Yeah.
No, it's not an accident that you're in 9 bands and want it so much. I mean, you could probably be in a great many others.
Oh, well, thank you.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
But now I'm motivated. We have to play together at some point.
You guys, Kyle, I'm going to need you to hook up with Jim.
I would love it.
This next tribute project you've got going on, I'm really excited about it, Kyle. And I'm not playing on the night of your debut, and I'm trying to talk her into making that drive. It's going to be about 3 hours.
Drive? I'll make the drive.
It's a ways. It's Ramona, and we're Mark Kelly is our drummer, and Mark's awesome, and we're opening.
He's a good friend.
We're an opening act that night for his Journey tribute, Journey USA with Stu Sidoris, who's another phenomenal singer.
Speak of my language, Journey. Speak of my language.
Foreigner. Boston. I'm getting confused. See what happens. Boston and Journey go together, man. So do Foreigner and Journey. But that we're looking forward to. It's going to be a great night. We have a really good set put together. Going to show off. The
28th, correct?
28th of August. Yeah.
What is the venue, Kyle?
It's in Ramona. It's called I think it's called Ramona Concert Stage or Ramona Main Stage. I'm really bad. It's horrible. So you can definitely find it on our website and Main Stage. I just heard it from the other room. Ramona Main Stage.
That's about 3 hours north of us.
So go.
No, it's south San Diego area.
Oh, we can do that.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
We are going to
That would be great. It would be great. I got my bell bottoms. So I'm excited.
No,
that's one of the cool things about the Boston tribute that I'm so silly. It's like with Bryan Adams, it's jeans, a white T-shirt. Sometimes it's a denim cut or something. But it's that's all it is. And with Lou, it's a cutoff T-shirt, blue jeans, and the headband. So with the Boston tribute and doing Brad Delp, it's more a little bit more costume oriented. And because I always said, at the beginning of all of this, when I first got into Double Vision and I was talking with Andy Gustafson.
Yeah,
I look at tribute bands. I look at it as musical theater. In my perspective is like the script is the songs, and I watched so many hours of video, and I'm doing that now with Boston, even though they don't have as much out there as Foreigner does. Learning moves, and back in theater we call it blocking. Learning how to move like Lou Gramm, or learning how to stand, or certain ways that they would do things, and the banter. I try to reproduce, things that how they would introduce songs or whatever. And so I look at it from that perspective as it's more music. It's partly musical theater, and we're doing a rock opera because I'm playing a character. It's not. I try to keep. I try to keep me at a minimum when I'm doing Lou Gramm. It's got to be 90% Lou and no more than 10% me. And
That's right.
the same thing, doing Bryan Adams or Brad Delp. And I know the nights where I get carried away, and I will, I don't know if you do this, but as soon as I get home, I go on Facebook and see, oh shit, did I, it's like watching game films, My dad was a football coach, and I remember, he would have me watch game films with him, and I would have to plot out plays on 3x5 cards and stuff as we would scout teams. Yeah. And so I kind of take that same approach with the tribute stuff, and I listen back and I go, okay, where did I screw up? What can I do better? And sometimes it's like, oh shoot, you're way too much Kyle. You got, you're way too much Kyle. You gotta more Lou,
I see.
So
yeah. Well, that's why you're the best at what you do. Your attention to detail is, I mean, the phrasing is perfect. I was completely blown away the very first time you did it. I mean, I've heard you several times since then, and
we
man,
got some great shows playing with you guys. I love playing with you guys.
Oh, and likewise, man. What a great combination that was, Foreigner and Zeppelin.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
What we did at the Grove was just
that was phenomenal. Yeah, the Grove show was great. I remember right a week after we played the AXS TV show, the world's greatest tribute.
Yes.
We played with you guys at the House of Blues. I think it was one of the last House of Blues shows at the venue in Hollywood. I think it was right before they closed that up, and that was a phenomenal night. You guys had the big blow-up Zeppelin in the. Oh, it was awesome. That was awesome. It was awesome. Go ahead.
How long? When was that first show that you did, Foreigner? What year was that? I can't even remember when that happened. I mean, do you
It's got to be 8 years. It's got to be 8 years minimum.
Yeah,
I think
right. Yeah.
10. Yeah.
Yeah. I the first kind of foray into the tribute thing that I did was a band before I got into Double Vision, called Gen Xers with some friends of mine, and we were doing the grunge stuff. And because I'm a huge fan of that. I mean, I was reading over some of the questions you guys were going to ask, and one of them was, if you could do a tribute to somebody else, who might you do? And Chris Cornell is just was a phenomenal voice, and I'm just such a huge fan of all his music. With Soundgarden, obviously everything is his solo stuff. And if I had the time and energy and people, I would do a full-on Chris Cornell tribute, even to the point where I would get blue contact lenses.
No, I could see you singing Chris Cornell stuff all day long. I mean, that would be a great fit for you. So maybe that's the next
someday.
That'll get me to 10, Kyle. Let's put
there. You go. Let's do it.
Kyle, you're killing me, Kyle.
You'll never see your wife.
Yeah, that's right.
But see, but this will give you more opportunities to go to the casino and win all those coins.
There you go.
You speak my language.
I mean,
but this Boston tribute, again, like I said, I'm so lucky to be surrounded by such phenomenal musicians, and the Boston tribute, of course, Patrick McGrath and Jeffrey Brett's on bass, Mark Kelly drums, John Kulchek also on guitar. You need two phenomenal guitar players.
You do. You really do.
And we're lucky to have both Patrick and John, and of course Bob Vitti on keys, who is
Bob is phenomenal.
Yeah,
and photographer,
and just
he's my hero. When I grow up, I want to be like him. I really do. He's just a phenomenal human being, and I think he just climbed to some crazy peak in California last weekend, and I'm like, I have trouble walking from my bed to the bathroom with my knee the way it is right now. So Definitely, he wants to get me back on a motorcycle. Not many people are fans of this, but he wants to get me back on a motorcycle to go to Alaska. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that.
No, I mean, man, I don't know. I could never talk her into letting me do that, right?
What?
Yeah. No, I'd probably be in the support vehicle behind.
There you go.
I mean, I don't know.
So, as far as upcoming shows, do you have anything coming up with 4NR?
Yes. Friday night we have a big show in Laguna Beach at Mozambique. It's our first time there.
Okay.
Tell me about that place. I've never played.
That's a brand new one. I've never done that with Zeppian as well, but I've heard good things about it from
us too.
From David Brighton's guitar player, Switch, who plays with me in the long run. He's played that place many times, and he really likes it. The kind of a small stage, but he says the crowd is just really responsive.
Great. Crowd is great.
Good. Yeah, we're looking forward to that. And then next week we're flying to Denver and playing with Queen Nation at a private show. I was just talking with
our friends,
Mike McManus today, and we were kind of reminiscing about our Berkeley days. But yeah, we're looking forward to that. And then, and of course, the Boston debut down at Ramona Main Stage on the 28th of this month. We're 4NR's back in Vegas Labor Day weekend at Green Valley Ranch on the 4th. And after that, you're going to have to go to our Facebook page or our website, because that's as good as my memory gets.
Okay, no, that's great.
So I will actually post your schedule, because I looked it up.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Yeah. That's great. We're definitely going to that Boston show. Kyle, I mean, this is fate, because it's the only weekend through the end of the year that Zepp again is not playing a Saturday night.
I can't even tell you.
So we've got to be there. We have got to
go.
We're going to be
go.
Yeah.
It's kismet. It needs to happen.
Absolutely.
It needs to happen. Well, I'm glad you guys are going to be there. That's awesome. I'm really looking forward. I'm a little nervous.
You're going
to be great.
Yeah, you're going to kill it.
I heard a little bit of the rehearsal of Amanda, and I was like, oh,
yeah.
You going to be Jukebox Hero?
No, it's Boston.
Ah!
Okay.
There'll be plenty of high notes, I promise.
But no, it's gonna be awesome. We love, and we haven't seen Journey USA. By the way, have you ever sung Steve Perry stuff?
Yeah.
That how is that?
I'm a huge Journey fan. I love Journey. I would love to do a Journey tribute, but I don't think the world needs another Journey tribute. There's an abundance of Journey tributes out there, and they're all phenomenal. They're all great. So I mean, I love that music. I really enjoy singing it. I enjoy singing the Journey stuff that maybe it isn't the status quo stuff. Like I love songs like what's it? No, I'm forgetting my. She sits alone, unempty. Mother, Father, I think it's called.
Favorites. Favorites.
Yeah. I like the those kind of deep kind of songs that they did, and I like the early stuff too with Greg Raleigh singing and them doing kind of back and forth duet stuff. Sang a lot of Journey. My younger days, I sang a lot of Journey stuff. But there's so many good ones out there. So many good ones out there.
Yeah, there are. You're right.
But that just goes to show. I mean, everybody loves Journey. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, it's funny, Kyle, because I was in a Journey tribute before Led Zeppelin.
Oh,
right before.
Yeah,
right before.
It was only
Mark has.
It was a conversation.
Yes.
Mark has Journey USA, and then Jeffrey has Wheel in the Sky. So our rhythm section each have great phenomenal Journey tributes that they both play.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you're right.
But yeah, look, I love to sing, and I like most music. I like all different kinds of genres, as long as it's good. I'll try anything. I'll try to sing anything. So yeah, I just if that ever came up and the opportunity was right, I would definitely sing Journey. Absolutely, I put on the tails and everything. I like the costume. You know,
that's awesome. By the way, Whit Petrell. He's the guy that normally fills in for me with TLR on bass. He has a podcast called The 5 Foot Viking.
So good.
So he says,
cool.
y'all. So we just wanted to say, hey, what's up?
Whit. Hey, what's up?
Hello, Whit. All these nice. I don't have my glasses on, so it's hard for me to read the comments. But
yeah.
So Whit says,
time to start a Journey tribute. So everyone in the band has their own
Journey tribute.
Whit is in a Journey tribute.
yes, he is.
He's the bass player.
That's right.
And it's called Trial by Fire, I believe.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's another one. And Whit's
anything that Whit's involved in,
he is so
top
good.
Notch.
He is
Top
so
notch.
good.
That's the one thing I have just been blown away with since the last however many years involved in the tribute scene.
Yes.
How many phenomenal musicians are involved in this. Obviously everybody before me that you had on the show, David Brighton and Greg and he played God, I'm so horrible. Juan, yes. Then your guitar player plays with KTEL and plays with you in the long run. Larry. I'm sorry, Larry. It's again 10 concussions and a pound of weed a day. Not good for the memory.
So Kyle, I want to tell you,
I'm not high right now, by the way. I'm not. I promise. It'd probably be a better interview if I was.
I'm going to go together with my friend Katie Darrell, and we're going to do another World's Greatest.
Yes. In fact, Kyle, when we're going to do another World's Greatest reunion show.
I would love to be there. I would love to be there. I haven't been able to make any of them, unfortunately. Either I was playing, or I was out of town, or I was in Vegas, or whatever. But I will move mountains to make sure I'm at the next one for sure. Because I just so many wonderful people involved and that I've met.
2022.
Absolutely. 2022 is going to be a good year. It's going to be a good year. We need a good year.
Yes, it is. So that brings us to our last question, Kyle. Is how long do you see yourself doing the tribute thing?
I want to die on stage.
Jim does too.
You're a man.
As long as there's somebody to listen, as long as there's somebody who wants to listen, I'll be, I don't think I'll ever retire from singing. I'll be somewhere in a dark piano bar when I'm 80, if I live that long, doing something. As long as somebody wants to listen and I can still do it with some level of proficiency, I will continue as long as somebody wants to listen. Yeah.
Well, we can tell you we'll definitely be there to listen to you, brother.
We'll be there.
I love you guys.
Love you too.
Seriously, the supreme power couple in the tribute world. You guys are it.
Thank you, brother. We appreciate it.
We love you. We love you. We love you.
I
love that you hit the jukebox hero.
Hung up on the jukebox
oh my God! Because I was waiting. Hey, you did it.
I guarantee you, on the 28th, you're going to hear a lot higher notes than that.
Yeah, there's some high notes in the. Yeah. I met. It's funny. You were asking me about when I met Lou Gramm and Mick Jones back when I was living in Boston, and I was playing in an original band. We opened for a band called Fahrenheit, which was Charlie Farren and David Height, which actually I think they were also the Steve Perry project, or not Steve Perry, Joe Perry. When Joe Perry left Aerosmith, but they went on to have their own band called Fahrenheit, which were the opening act for Boston on the Third Stage tour, again from the city of Boston, and we were opening for them one night at a place called the Channel in Boston, which was a big concert venue, big club concert venue, great place. We played there. My band played there a whole bunch of times. We opened for Extreme. The name of the band was What?
Extreme.
And we opened for a few national acts there. And we opened for Fahrenheit one night, and I will say this: it was the loudest stage volume ever. They had brought in some extra PA stuff to enhance what was already a huge PA at this club. And I remember at the beginning of our show, I played some keyboards. We had a keyboard player named Pete Orphis, and I played some keyboards as well. And we had this little keyboard synth intro to the set. And I hit this low D on the synth, and I never felt anything like that. The side fill basically caved in my chest. It was so loud. But I remember that about that night. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be crazy. But I walk out, we do our set, and I walk off stage, and I walk into our dressing room, and our drummer, John Goodwin, is talking to Brad Delp. Because Brad knew all the guys from Fahrenheit, obviously, and he was there. He was going to go up and sing with them. So Brad Delp standing in our dressing room, and I walk in, and I'm just like, flash forward to the Lou Gramm thing. Again, I was like, you're Brad Delp. He's like, yes, I am. I'm like, I was just so, now I just have to meet Bryan Adams and hopefully not be an idiot. But, then I'll have met all three of the guys. But, miss Brad's voice, miss him. Tragic.
Oh, man.
He's amazing.
What a phenomenal talent and great voice.
We saw him on his last tour prior to that happening.
Yeah.
Man,
It's amazing.
I just, I pray every night that I can go out and do justice to these phenomenal artists. I thanked Lou and I thanked Mick when I met him for, giving me the opportunity to have a career, basically.
That's right.
And they're gracious about it. And so for me, I look at it this way. People are paying money. People are taking time out of their day and money out of their wallet
choosing you
to come see us do what we do. I better be on my game. So I hope that I can do justice to what Brad and the boys in Boston did. I hope I can do justice to what Lou and Mick and the boys in Foreigner do, and of course Bryan Adams as well when I do that, and just try my best.
By the way, Stephen Randall says yes, but can he do a tribute to Steve Miller?
Oh, if I could play guitar as well as Steve Miller, that would be great. Yeah.
There's a lot of good music in his catalog as well.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. But it's really, it's an honor to do this, and sometimes people come up and they'll say, you guys are as good as the real thing or whatever, and it just oh really, wow, that's so cool, it just, like I said, sometimes I have to, say, you guys know we're not the real band, right? We're true band.
You have to remind them.
Every once in a while, I remember with Zepp again, signing autographs after a show, and somebody came in and they said, "Hey, can I have your autograph?" And I said, "Sure." I said, "It's not worth anything."
And right?
But she said, "Well, it is to me." And I said, "You know what? I'm never going to say that again."
Yeah, exactly. And it's true because the truth of the matter is that not everybody can do it. And if everybody could do it, then everybody would be doing it. So, you know, and there are people who just love music so much, and it's such a big part of their lives, and live music and going to see shows and stuff. It's like you want to do your best every time, you know, whether it's 5 people or 5,000 people. I always say, you know, those 5 people paid the same amount of money. They're taking up the same amount of time of their day to, you know, be entertained. And that's what you're supposed to do. So you better go out there and do your best. And the guys in the bands that I'm in are all phenomenal and professional and always bring their A game. And like I said, I'm lucky because you know, I like being the weakest link. If I'm the weakest link, I know I got good guys around me.
I can tell you, I know all of those guys have got to be feeling extremely privileged to have you as their front man, because you bring it every night. I've never gone to a show and I thought, yeah, no. Kyle's
Jukebox hero, high note.
She's still stuck on that.
I was waiting.
I tell Chanel, I kind of gauge, you know, with the Foreigner band, I gauge my performance during the show. I kind of can gauge how I'm feeling because there's about 5 notes throughout the set in different songs that if I hit them well and I hit them strong, I know I'm in good voice and I know I'm in full voice. And there's some now with the Boston tribute that you know, are not to give anything away, but you know, Boston always opened with it as well. Rock and Roll Band, which is the name of the band.
Oh,
the name of the tribute band. You know, there's some notes at the end of that song, and that's the first song of the set. So, you know, you talk about warming up, and you know, and I'm playing a little guitar while that's going on too. So, you know, it's gotta be, you know, prepared and feeling good. So
yeah, absolutely. Oh, one last question, and I've asked this probably of every singer because it's just something I've always been curious about. Have you ever lost your voice completely on the day of a show and had to cancel?
2 questions there. Have I ever lost my voice on the day of the show? Yes. Had to cancel. Wouldn't do it. We were opening.
Wow.
It was yeah. I actually had strep throat. This was back in Boston, and I forget who we were opening for. We were opening up for somebody big. And I can't remember who the band was, but it was also at the Channel, and I couldn't speak. I mean, it was like I saw. I don't know. I'm dating myself, but there was a show back in the day I used to watch reruns of. I didn't watch it when it was first on, but The Little Rascals, and they had this character named Froggy, and he had this voice that was kind of like this, and that's how I sounded. But then when I got on stage, I could sing, and you know, that was from learning from my phenomenal voice teacher, Mealy, and just learning to sing through things and again, breathe right.
Breathe right.
And now my voice sounded a little sexier that night, maybe because it was a little more raspy, but I got through the gig, and there's been a number of times that I've had, you know, like I said, I've had some health issues. I've had some health struggles, and my immune system isn't the best. So I do tend to get colds and get sick, but I sing through it. I don't. The only show I've ever canceled, truly, the only show I've ever canceled was this year. We were scheduled to play 10 days after my knee replacement at the Canyon Club. And, you know, after having 17 surgeries, I thought, okay, I can do this. And then we got closer to the show. I could not walk. I couldn't get out of bed. And then I ended up with having some complications when I was in the hospital that lingered. And so that was the only time I've ever canceled a show because of health issues.
Wow.
So knock on wood, I do that. But yeah, there's a lot of times where I've been on stage and I've been always happy to be on stage, but miserable.
Yeah, no.
You know? We played Paula Casino 5 weeks after my knee, and I had brought a phone there and was full on figuring that I was going to have to sit for the majority of the show. And we hadn't played in so long, except for, you know, because as you guys know, during COVID, there weren't a lot of shows available. You had, you know, we did a lot of the outdoor, you know, the parking lot shows and stuff like that. And those were great. They got us through, and that was awesome. But I walk into Paula, and it's a 1,000-seat venue with a huge stage and great lighting and great sound. And as soon as I walked in, I turned to Andy. I said, "There's no effing way I'm sitting down. It's not going to happen. There's no way." We put the chair on stage just in case. And during Jukebox Hero, while they're doing the guitar solo, right before I get ready to hit that note that you love, I picked up the chair and I folded it up and I just threw it off the stage in defiance, because I was, you know, limping around the stage. But screw it, there was no way I was going to sit down. There's just no way. Like I said, you know, 1,000 people paid money. They don't give a damn that I had knee surgery. They don't care. It's not, and they shouldn't. They paid their money to come see R do Foreigner.
Sure.
And so, you know, we give them the show. The show must go on. You know?
Yeah.
Like Freddie Mercury, the immortal Freddie Mercury said, "Show must go on."
That's right. That's right. Well, I mean, we're excited to go and see you on the 28th of this month.
Well, thank you. We're excited to do that show. I know we're working hard. We have been working very hard. The Boston Tribute has been working very hard to get ourselves prepared and ready for the upcoming shows. And I think we're playing. Rock and Brews with the Boston Tribute on the first Sunday in October. Oh, there's another show. The night before, we're playing the Hemet Theater with R. So I got R on a Saturday, October 2nd, and then Sam Manuel Rock and Brews with rock and roll band, the Boston Tribute, on the 3rd of October. So that'll be a workout for sure.
Yeah, yes, it will. Got your work cut out for you with those.
I will sleep all day the following that Monday afterward.
There you go. Well, man, Kyle, thank you so much for spending.
Oh no, thank you guys. It's an honor to be on your show. I gotta just real quick. Hey, babe, bring GB. He's got to make his appearance. You only got to see Brady. I got to see babe. Bring the dog. Where is he? Where's my boy?
Where's the dog?
Come here, buddy. Here he is.
There he is. Oh, I love that.
He got his R t-shirt on. This is Gumbo. This is the puppy.
What a little baby. I love you so much. Look at him.
Yeah, I'm a crazy dog guy. I go everywhere with my pups. We're the Three Musketeers.
Me too.
That's awesome. All right.
Well, thank you guys so much. It's been a wonderful experience, and thanks for including me. And you got a great lineup this month. Honored to be. It was kind of funny. Somebody mentioned I'm excited for all the women this month, and Mike goes, Kyle's all dude, and I was like, yeah. Mike remembers me when I lived in Boston.
Stay strong, Kyle. Stay strong. Stay strong.
I am very in touch with my feminine side. I love it. I'm all guy, I promise. But so that was funny.
Awesome.
Mike coming to my rescue.
Yes. Well, we'll see you. We'll see you on the 28th. But
great.
Go and see R on Friday at Mozambique down there in the Orange County.
Yeah, I think it's Laguna Beach. I think it's Laguna Beach is where that club is. We're very excited about it. It's our first time there. So yeah, come on out. I know everybody's got lots of choices to go see great bands and everything. So, you know, just go out and support live music. Please,
100%.
you know, keep it going. I know it's a tough time. Hey, buddy, he's trying to get back up on me. You know, and it's just, you know, hopefully we can get through this. We can get through this pandemic and get back to back to things as normal and playing as much as possible.
Absolutely.
And definitely give me a call.
Oh, I definitely will. I definitely will. You can count on that.
You know that.
All right, bro. Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to do another show with Zepp again as well. Those are always a blast.
I'll talk to you, James Elliott, and have him make it happen.
Tell Swan and the boys I said hi. I love you guys. And again, you guys are just a beautiful, wonderful couple. And again, thanks so much for having me and my little fellas.
It was our pleasure. It was our pleasure, Kyle. Have a great night, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you guys so much. You too.
Good night. Good night. Good
Bye,
night.
Kyle.
That was awesome. That was great.
That was cool.
I can't wait to watch that back because he had a lot of really good tips about singing that I want to go back and kind of review. But in the meantime, for you guys that would like to come out and see a show tomorrow night in the Inland Empire at Chino City Hall, TLR, Experience the Eagles at 7 p.m. Free show. Bring your blankets and your lawn chairs and your picnic dinners. And we'll see you there. We're going to be doing all your favorites. So please come out and see us. And Saturday night, Led Zepp again at the Yucaipa Performing Arts Center, 7 p.m. I think the tickets are $20. So come on down and join us for that. We're going to get the lead out, and it's going to be a great night. So thank you for joining us tonight. Next week, we'll be back on Wednesday, Wooten Wednesday.
Wooten Wednesday.
When we're back to ask the eternal question.
Who's happening? Who's our guest?
We're going to be here with Michelle Tyler.
Yeah, Michelle.
Yay. Week. So that's going to be a blast. So have a great night, everybody. God bless you. Keep on rocking in the free world. And I will see you tomorrow night with TLR at Chino City Hall.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Good night.